Hello guys, welcome to the latest episode of Every Platform, and welcome. I'm on another weekend away for another 2 nights, and we're now here at Fitzwilliam Station, located in it's West Yorkshire technically. So today's trip is West Yorkshire number 2. So this station, this plan is to do stations in between Doncaster and Leeds, as well as between Fitzwilliam and Bolton-on-Dearne. So we're going to be doing some South Yorkshire and West Yorkshire today as well, so it's a mix of both. So we just got off 331004 that was heading on the 0945 northern service from Doncaster to Leeds. We are on the section that goes towards Wakefield Westgate, so you will see LNER come through as well, hoping to see a few 91s. They are out. They are only running as far as Peterborough today, I believe, because there's engineering works, but they are still running, which is good, and I think we're getting on one later, so that's even better. As for any other TOCs, you'll probably see them as we go. You'll definitely be seeing Northern, and you'll be seeing the electric and Sprinter variations, because so you see the CAF units, the 331s, and you'll be seeing some Sprinters on the Leeds to Sheffield trains that we will also be taking today. Good to know. So there you go, there's a 91 through shortly, as Chris has just confirmed. I'll introduce who's with us today in a minute, but before we do, if we do check out any updates on trips and posts, please do check out my Facebook group, and also check out my Instagram at KTVvids. So without further ado, let's begin today's episode of Every Platform here at Fitzwilliam. I'll talk about the station in just a moment. As you can tell, it's part of the Northern Metro branding, but yes, and we'll update you shortly. This is Fitzwilliam, and let's begin today's episode of Every Platform here in West and South Yorkshire. Right, speaking of 91s, here comes one now on a service to Leeds from Peterborough. That one goes, that was 91-130 heading through to Leeds from, oh that is actually, sorry, that is from London King's Cross to Leeds. I think that, yeah, that just went by the normal route. The line must be open then. Sorry, I think it's in a few weeks the line's closed, so ignore me, the line is open. So they are going to London King's Cross today. So that's London King's Cross to Leeds heading through. Right, as for a couple of facts about Fitzwilliam, so this station serves the small village of Fitzwilliam, which is located in West Yorkshire. It's also the closest station to the nearby town of Hemsworth, which doesn't have a railway station. Fitzwilliam is the nearest place to that. A little bit of history about the station, so some key dates. So this station in 1937 was opened, and it was called Fitzwilliam Halt, that was its name. In 1967, the original station that opened closed, probably as per the Beeching Acts. And then this station reopened in 1982, so it has been open since the 80s. So it's not the oldest station in this country. It shows as well, but it is an 80s station, so it's got that 80s feel to it. This was opened as one of many improvements as part of the improvement for local services around West Yorkshire, which they wanted to try and make better. This replaced the LNER station, which was several hundred metres to the north, which was Fitzwilliam Halt, and I was right, it was the Beeching Cuts. Unlike its modern incarnation, the original station consisted of a single island platform accessed from the adjacent road bridge, and the line was electrified in 1988, so it is very 80s, this place, the station, not this place. But yeah, as for train services along this line, it is a half-hourly service, although it's hourly today, between Doncaster and Leeds.
It's always hourly.
Oh no, ignore me. I'm talking rubbish. It is half-hourly here because Fitzwilliam is the junction for the line towards towards Swinton, which goes towards Sheffield. So it is half-hourly. One train is a Doncaster Leeds, and the other one is a Sheffield to Leeds. So that's where I got it wrong. And on Sundays, interestingly, the same frequency runs, but just starts later in the day. So there you go. So that's Fitzwilliam station done. Our next station is going to be Sandon and Ladbrig. So we'll update you when we get on our train. Right, arriving now is the 10:01 Northern service from Sheffield to Leeds. We have got a 158, it's 158-851. So I'll take this to Sandal and Agbrigg and go from there. Right, there goes 158851 heading off on the 1008 Northern Service to Leeds from Sheffield, and we are now here at Sandal and Agbrigg station, located on the same line as we were on with Fitzwilliam. So this station is also served by trains every 30 minutes with the Doncaster to Leeds and Sheffield to Leeds services. As the name suggests as well, it does serve two areas, Sandal and Agbrigg, but I imagine it serves a few others as well. We'll talk about the station's facts in just a moment. But yeah, this station is interesting because it's actually on a incline, for a railway incline anyway. So basically, it goes down a gradient and goes back up, or no, it goes down the gradient and then it has to climb up it to get up to the station. We also have a train arriving, which is the slightly delayed 1007 Northern Service to Sheffield from Leeds, which is 150-272. And we'll see this one go out in just a second. Right, slightly late start there, but departing out there was the 1007 Northern Service to Sheffield from Leeds. So yeah, this is Sandal and Agbrigg. I was wrong actually, it's not serving villages. This actually is in Wakefield. This station serves the Wakefield suburbs of Sandal and Agbrigg in West Yorkshire. So we're technically in Wakefield on here. This station, a bit of history we'll start with. The station originally was opened in 1866 and was just called Sandal. Then again in 1957, so this was actually before the Beeching Acts, this station closed. And then in 1987, this station reopened as Sandal and Agbrigg. So it's been open since 1987, so it's a little bit newer than that of Fitzwilliam that we've just been at. Because Fitzwilliam was 82, this was 87. So the route remained open, but the station was closed before anything else. So it's interesting that you actually have a station that closed before any Beeching Acts was involved. So yes, this was one of several closed stations in the West Yorkshire area to be reopened during the mid and late 80s and early 90s. And other examples that we probably, one of them we've already visited, which was Outward, which we visited on the last West Yorkshire trip. And another two examples of ones that were reopened were Frizinghall and Steeton and Silsden. Sorry, let me say that again, Steeton and Silsden, that's how you say it. We haven't been to Frizinghall or Steeton and Silsden yet, but that will be on a future trip, I'm sure.
Airdale and Wharfdale trips eventually.
Yeah. And yeah, but we'll move on. Our next station, we're going to go to Wakefield Westgate now. We're going to get a bus there. We're using Globe coaches, so another independent operator. So update you shortly. Right, we're now in Wakefield bus station. We have already been here before, so we just got off the E200. It was an E200 you heard on the last clip. It was operated by Globe Coaches, who we'll be seeing a bit more of later on in the video today.
Is the next Falcon bus is E200?
Yep. That was the next Falcon buses one, yeah. So it used to run in Surrey and it's still got the livery, so that was interesting.
Delivery fee!
Yeah, unexpectedly as well, I'm sure. Anyway, so we'll just head out here and make our way. We're just going to go stop off for some grub and then make our way to Wakefield Westgate. So update you shortly. Right, we're just at Wakefield Westgate now and arriving is 91109. Lots of 91s around because we've got another one arriving in a minute. So we'll see this one go out in a minute and the other one arrive.
Platform 1 for the 10:58 LNER service to London King's Cross, Bolton, Doncaster, Peterborough and London King's Cross. This train has 9 coaches. First class accommodation is at the front of the train.
Right, so there goes
Next train to arrive at platform 2 will be the 11:10
the LNER service to Leeds.
Service to Leeds.
Arriving in is the
This train
delayed
has
10:58 LNER service from Leeds to London King's
7
Cross,
to 4.
which will be another 225 set, which is nice to see. This will be 91130 again as well. Okay, departing now is the 10:58 LNER service to London King's Cross from Leeds. I'm just walking up to the end of platform 1 as it is about to head out. Very nice as always, 91130. There that one goes. Okay, arriving now is the 1103 Northern service from Leeds to Sheffield, which will be our train to take us to Moorthorpe, our next station. 158851, which we had earlier, is taking us again.
Platform 2 from the 11:10 Northern service to Leeds. Calling Leeds only. This train has 4
Oh dear!
train stops in zone 7 to 4.
Right, I'll update you shortly when we get to Moorthorpe. Right, we've now reached Moorthorpe, and the partner now is 158851 heading to Sheffield. So off that goes. So we'll talk about this station in just a moment. It looks really nice, and in the sun as well. It's a very nice looking station. What I can say is this station has an hourly service in between Sheffield and Leeds. From memory, I don't think any trains pass through this line, or do they?
CrossCountry is doing one every hour.
Oh, is that oh, they come through here?
Yeah, should get one in, like, should be one right behind.
Oh, right, yeah. So CrossCountry do come through here if they're going to Wakefield Westgate. So yeah, the services to Plymouth, etc., will come through here as well. So yeah. Well, it won't be Plymouth today. It will be Birmingham New Street 'cause the line's closed. But still, we'll see them. Update you shortly. Yep, so there goes 220.002. That's on a cross-country service from Edinburgh to Birmingham New Street. So there that one goes. And that 158, I think, is waiting for it to pass through, so then it can carry on. Yeah, it is.
Signalling. Wow.
Yeah, it's gone on the relief line. Yeah, it has. And the Voyager has overtaken it, and now the 158 will carry on. Wow. Okay then. Interesting little move, but the 158 is delayed, so that's probably why. Right, coming through now, we've got another cross-country service. This one heading to, I imagine, Edinburgh. No, Newcastle. Yep, 220.015, 220.033 heading to Newcastle. Yep. So we'll talk about this station's facts in just a moment, and then we're going to head off to our next station. We're actually going to head to Barnsley next.
Up to Barnsley.
Barnsley, and then we're going to go from Barnsley and make our way to Fernscoe, but we'll update you shortly. Right, so welcome to Moorthorpe Station. This station serves the village of Moorthorpe and the town of South Kirby in West Yorkshire. It's on the Dearne Valley line, as it's called. It's 18 miles north of Sheffield as well. Bit of history. So the station opened in May 1879 jointly by the Midland Railway and North Eastern Railway. After the station was reduced to the status of an unstaffed halt in the 1980s. The station building was converted into a pub, which I believe it still is now. Oh no, it closed in the early 1990s and the building became derelict. So the building, it's now been restored by the town council with funding from the Railway Heritage Trust to include office space and a cafe. So that's what this building is over here now that you see. The footbridge that you see here was opened in May 2010. At the end, previously passengers had to cross the tracks at a flat crossing, but now they've installed a footbridge, which is that one there. So that's good, but it's been open for 14 years. So yes, the station is in West Yorkshire, but the South Yorkshire PTE tickets that they sell are valid to and from this station. So this is the furthest you can go on a South Yorkshire PTE ticket, which is interesting, even though it's in West Yorkshire. So yeah, you can't go further than Moorthorpe. It's probably because it's on the same line. Makes sense, doesn't it? Anyway, so that's Moorthorpe done. The next station will be Fernscoe, but we're going to go by Barnsley to get there, so I'll update you soon. Okay, so we've just made it back to Barnsley interchange. Obviously you've seen this interchange in the video before. We just got off this 1075 is an E200. You can just see it through the window. We're going to make our way to Barnsley station and head to Fernscoe. We're going to get some food as well. I'm starving, and then we're going to head to Fernscoe and go from there. I'll update you soon. Okay, so we're now at Barnsley station and arriving in is the 1330 Northern service to Leeds from Sheffield, which we're taking to Wakefield Kirkgate. Already done Barnsley, so didn't even need to do any footage on that one. So this one is 158904.
X-West Yorkshire Passenger Transport Executive.
Yeah. It's making a nice noise.
Hoover at 1.8.
I'll update you when we get to Wakefield Kirkgate. There's 158904 heading out to Leeds from Sheffield, and we're here at Wakefield Kirkgate, where we are going to catch a train to Westgate. So already done this station, so we don't need to do it again. So we'll update you when we get our train to Westgate. Just whilst we're waiting here, arriving in is the 1400 Transpennine Express service from Manchester Piccadilly to York, which interestingly Transpennine are coming through here now. On a few services. I don't think it's too many, but they're coming through on this one, and it's a 3-car 185. It's an extension of the current, I believe this is right, I think this is an extension of the Manchester Huddersfield trains, and they come up to York instead. So every hour, 1 hour they go to Huddersfield, the next hour they go to York, so, and they come through here. So yes, update shortly. Okay, arriving in now is the 1406 Northern service from Nottingham to Leeds, which is our train to take us to Wakefield Westgate, just around the corner. Two 150s on this one. Got 150-201. I think it's 210 on the rear. Yeah, 210. 150-210. Right, update when we get to Westgate. So there's 150-201 and 150-210 heading off to Leeds from Nottingham. We're now here at Wakefield Westgate again, and a 150-1 is behind us. How very lovely. So we'll see that one come in a second. But we're going to get some food actually, so we won't worry about that. But yeah, going to get some food now. Update you soon. Okay, arriving in now is the 1503 Northern service to Sheffield. We've got 150-005 on this one. We've got a 150-0 that isn't a 150-0. It's a bodged 150 with a calibre -2 and -1. Update you soon. Welcome to Bolton-on-Dearne station. We're now here, and we'll update you shortly. 150-005 just heading out. Okay, so this station is Bolton-on-Dearne. This station in South Yorkshire now, so we've crossed over. This station is, it says village of Bolton-on-Dearne in South Yorkshire. It lies on the Dearne Valley line, which heads over to Leeds, well, Wakefield Westgate even, sorry. So some key dates. This station was opened as Hickleton, that's the name it used to be, 1879 that opened. We've got renamed to Bolton-on-Dearne in 1879. 1924, it got renamed Bolton-on-Dearne for Goldthorpe. 1961, it got renamed to Bolton-on-Dearne, and then in 2008, it's been renamed to its current name, Bolton-upon-Dearne. That's its current name, and it's got the Travel South Yorkshire branding as well. So, it was opened by the Swinton and Nottingham Railway on the 1st of July 1879. The station was reported as being in the worst condition of any station in South Yorkshire, and the passenger transport executive earmarked improvements to bring it up to a better standard. So this station used to be really poorly looked after. Work to renew them was done, and in 2007 they were done. Got a cross-country service coming through now. Heading to Birmingham New Street from Newcastle or Edinburgh. I haven't really checked, but and on goes. But yeah, that's Bolton-upon-Dearne station done. We're not going to spend too long here because we've got to go, but it's an hourly service here. Sheffield to Leeds services via Wakefield Westgate. One northbound AM train also stops here going to York as well, so there is a York service that does that once a day, I think on a Sunday as well, so maybe not on a Sunday, but definitely every other day. Anyway, we're going to head to Fernscoe next, so I'll update you when we get there. Well, there goes RE200 MMC on the 226, which heads just around the corner now to a few more stops in Fernscoe and then turns around. We're in Fernscoe, we're going to head to the station and update you from there. Okay, we've now reached Fernscoe station. This service is heading for York. York, is it?
Yeah, York.
Thought it might have been. (152.77) there, heading off to York from Sheffield. This station is Fernscoe. We'll talk about it in just a minute. 2 platforms here. Again, it's an hourly service here, serving Fernscoe, but we'll talk more about the area itself. Formerly a mining village in the heart of the Dearne Valley. There you go. So it has a lot of history. There's obviously a sign here that tells you about the town and what it used to be. The station hotel, which actually I don't think is too far from here, was built before the station, and its hotel sign was used by the post office on its commemorative pub sign series of stamps. That's interesting. That's pretty cool. But yeah, so I don't know if the station hotel still exists, but if it does, then that's got a lot of history behind it too. Anyway, right, we'll update you shortly. Right, so talk more about the station as well, just a bit more, because obviously that billboard doesn't only shows bits of it. This serves the village of Fernscoe in South Yorkshire. It was opened as a new station in 1988, so it's not got it. Obviously, it's only ever been this station, so this one was actually newer in comparison to a lot of others on this line. Although the line passed through the 3 settlements of Fernscoe, neighbouring Goldthorpe and Bolton-on-Dearne, the Swinton and Nottingham Joint Railway originally provided only 2 stations for the area, which were at Bolton-on-Dearne and another place called Frickley. And until 1961, this station was called Bolton-on-Dearne for Goldthorpe. So this one used to be called Bolton-on-Dearne for Goldthorpe, and then that changed to where we were just at Bolton-upon-Dearne. So it's had a bit of history. They're neighbouring, they're very close to each other, these places, which I didn't actually realise how close they were, but they are. By the late 1980s, the low demand for York-bound passengers meant that only a handful of stopping trains used the line, and now it's an hourly Sheffield to Leeds service. So hence why Fernscough and Goldthorpe opened, and Goldthorpe's where we're going next. So yes, there's 2 wooden platforms. They are wooden. Each have a shelter and the usual amenities on them. So yes, right, our next station is going to be Goldthorpe, and we'll update you shortly. Right, arriving in now is going to be the 1630 Northern service. Sorry, 1627 even, Northern service from Leeds to Sheffield.
Yes, because we've got a train to catch. No, you get started.
It is 1:52.72 on this one to take us to Goldthorpe.
Don't you fucking Sorry.
Update you shortly. So the partner there is 1:52.72 heading off to Sheffield from Leeds, and we're now here at Goldthorpe station. I've got a little bit of time here, so we're going to talk about the station and go from there. Update you shortly. Okay, welcome to Goldthorpe station, serving the village of Goldthorpe in South Yorkshire. The station is on the Dearne Valley line, known as the Wakefield line as well. About just over 14.5 miles from Sheffield, and it was opened in 1988 alongside Fernscough as well, so this one went through the same history pretty much. So everything that I said about the history of Fernscough also applies to the history of Goldthorpe. They are no different to each other. They both went through the same process of getting opened. We have a cross-country service coming through. Which was 221124 heading to Newcastle from Birmingham New Street. The layout here is quite similar to Fernscough, as you can tell. It's wooden platforms, namely 2 wooden platforms, basic shelters. So yes, and yeah. So basically, I'm going to say here, just to make it obvious, there is no unique history between Goldthorpe. Well, there probably is, but directly that I know now, there's no unique history in between Goldthorpe and Fernscough. They are both, like I say, they both went through the same, so they both got the same dates, same procedure of opening, and they both have wooden platforms. They both basically look similar, but yeah, they are neighbours. You could say they are twin stations. They're not very far apart from one another either, so that's really good. Right, Goldthorpe done. That is the Dearne Valley line done. There is one station left, which is one we missed earlier, which you probably have figured out is South Elmsall. So we are going to go back. We're going to get the X19 bus, which runs quite helpfully to Doncaster. So we're going to get the bus from there to Doncaster to then catch a Northern Leeds service 331-2. Where are we going? To South Elmsall. So update you shortly. Right, we are just off at Frenchgate interchange now in Doncaster. So this is their main bus station. Just got off that. Stagecoach Enviro 400 MMC. We're now going to head over to the station, that being Doncaster station, and make our way to the final station we're going to today, which is South Elmsall, back where we started. Update you shortly. Okay, here's our train. It is our one from this morning, 331004, to take us over to South Elmsall. So on board we go, and we'll update you shortly.
So much for 331 for some good acceleration.
Right, the partner there was 331004, heading off on a northern service from Doncaster to Leeds. That is the same unit we had this morning that took us to And hello,
91.
What is this? 91,109 on that one. Very nice. Heading off to London King's Cross from Leeds. So there's that one. Welcome to South Elmsall station. This is the last one we need today, which is good. We'll update you shortly with some facts. Right, welcome to South Elmsall station, located in West Yorkshire. A couple of facts about this station. This station is a town, South Elmsall. It's not too far outside of Doncaster, so we're not a million miles away, let's just say. Obviously you saw the 91 go through, so you know that Leeds King's Cross trains do run through this line, as you've seen throughout the video. It's only 8 miles out of Doncaster, and the station opened in 1866. The station is completely unstaffed and has your basic amenities, and the station is in West Yorkshire, but South Yorkshire Passenger Transport Executive, or as I said earlier, South Yorkshire PTE tickets are valid also to and from South Elmsall. So the station is also located less than 1 mile away from a football club that is in the Northern Counties East League, which is Frickley Athletic. They are very close to here. And the station was also featured in a book called Dim the Light. Literary works of A.F. Bransdriff, who I've never heard of, I'm sorry, who set the final scene of Dim the Lights on the southbound platform. So if you're a good book reader, then, or a good reader of illustration, I guess, then we'll know about this, I guess. But yes, South Elmsall itself, like I say, it's not a massive town, but it's a civil parish in the city of Wakefield. So it's in its borough, in its boundary, but it's not actually in Wakefield. So yeah. Anyway, I'll update you shortly. So with South Elmsall done, I'm going to finish the video from West Yorkshire 2 here. Technically also South Yorkshire, so you could call it West Yorkshire 2 / South Yorkshire 2. But we're calling it West Yorkshire 2 because the majority of the trip was in West, so we just covered a bit in South Yorkshire. South Yorkshire 2 is still to come, and there is an area that I haven't done yet. If you have watched the series up until now, you will know where that is, but I will not say. There's a couple of areas in South Yorkshire, a couple of lines I still haven't done, so you'll see them at some point in the future. To me, it's not as if it's impossible to do all these things, it's just as and when I pick to do things. I don't have a routine with it, I don't have a select criteria, I just pick what I want, and I picked this. So yes, I literally could do any, but I just picked this because West Yorkshire. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you have liked what you've seen, do like and subscribe, and do leave any comments. Today has been fantastic. Really good day. Thank you to everyone for joining. I haven't actually said who's here, so to give you background, we've got Rob, we've got Alex, we've got Kat, we've got Chris, we've got Tom, and we also had Sophie, who's left us now. So there was a nice group of us today, and it's been a really nice day. It's been a really successful day as well. We've got everything, despite a little bit of disruption this morning, thanks to a delayed EMR train that we took from Derby. But
Which was, you want to say the reason why it was delayed?
Cows on the line.
Yeah, it was literally delayed because of cows.
Yeah, cows on the line, but it happens. It happens, doesn't it? When you've got the railway through the countryside and farmlands, it does happen. So yes, that happened and delayed our train by half an hour, but hey ho, it is what it is. We've done everything, so got no complaints.
Now
we're going to go get a Polestar to Wakefield, and then we're going to head back to Derby. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. I'll be in Essex for the next video, so see you for that. Bye.